Hello everyone, welcome to the Solo Gaming Spotlight, and today we're taking a look at Clank. No, not that Clank, but we're taking a look at Clank Digital. Now this is in its beta form, so this is not a final product, but I have been really enjoying this over the last several days. I've probably gotten at least 8 different games in. It does have a tutorial available. If you don't know how to play, you can learn how to play. I, of course, have the board game and enjoy it, and I have been enjoying this just as much, if not more. You have the option of going online to play online. I haven't done that yet. I haven't found an available game. But remember, it's in beta version. It's not available to the public, so it has a limited amount of users. There are a bunch of messages here showing people from yesterday. Today's July 7th. Yesterday was the 6th. A bunch of people. Good game. And it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's very early in the day. Local play, you have an online match where you can play against the AI. You can close it. I found that a 4-player game is a little too lengthy because you do watch the computer go through their turns. I'll show you that during the gameplay. I like to play with 3 players in the local game version. I think that's my sweet spot. It's easy to click out. It's the AI. You just click and you lock it out. You go down to 2-player game if you'd like as well. You also have the difficulty version. I played on medium, and I've won and lost the game on medium version. I think that's a challenge, but if you find that it's not a challenge enough, you can bring the AI difficulty up to hard, or you can bring it down to easy. And that's in the solo play area. Basically playing the game of Clank, you got the choices between the castle board and the barrow mounds. That is the map that's on the back side of the board in the board game, which is awesome because it gives you the option to play a different board setup. Another thing I'm finding really awesome is that the different variations that the game allows you to play. There is a heist mode, which is kind of like an online challenge with different rules. So right now, Season 2, Game 10, and it has a couple days left before the challenge ends and they start a new one, and it varies the rules. So for this one, the rules modifier is just double trouble. You're going to double the number of each monsters in the deck. And you also have your scoring modifiers. So for your artificer, you get +5 for every device that you're going to use. And you have the experience grind. You get +2 victory points for every tunnel monster you defeat or ignore when you're going through your paths. So you'll get extra points for choosing paths that have monsters in them and getting extra points. And then you play up to 3 games, and then you can see where you landed on the leaderboard. So let's go ahead and just poke up there and take a look and wait for it to look. Well, it's taking a little bit longer. Must be a lot of people on the leaderboard. I didn't do so good in mine. Look at that. Sputnik. 268 points. That's insane. It looks like 116 on his recent games. So he had the 268 on a previous play. Me, I scored a whopping 59 points. Landed me in 335th place. Now, I played one time so far. I've just been enjoying the challenges so much that I haven't played this version as much. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you through one of the challenges and let you see how that plays out. I'll take you through all the different challenges so you can see the variations of the game, because to me, this Clank Digital, I just really enjoy a lot more than the board game. Not that I don't like the board game. I do like the tactile feel of it. But for me, the setup's about 15 to 20 minutes, getting all the tokens set up, your monkey idols, your artifacts, the market, all your shuffling up all your secret tokens and placing them out on the board, getting your starting decks, your Clank cubes. Like I said, it's about 20 minute process. This is a couple clicks of a button. So you can't beat that. Here's our challenges. I already played the first version. The Wandering Monster one allows you, instead of having the goblin that you beat up on every turn, you will have access to different monsters. So every time you defeat a monster, a different monster will come, from the deck, and then you'll fight that, which is just awesome, in my opinion. The next one is going to be the skill expression. And so whenever a player generates 7+ skill in a turn, they're going to go ahead and get 3 gold. So that's a variation. I haven't played that yet. The secret entrance, I haven't played this either. You'll start the game on market spaces, and they're half the black cubes in the bag. So that's really going to speed the game up for you. And I think it'll probably make it a little bit tougher too. You'll still have to build your deck up, but you won't have nearly as much time. Then, let's go down to the fairy bottle. First time a player will be knocked out, except at the end of the countdown track. They're instead returned to 4 health and placed in a random room in either safety or the depths. Wherever you get knocked out, you will randomly appear in one of the rooms on that level, whether it be above ground or below ground. Next one is off to the races. First mastery token's worth 40 points, second 25, and the third is 15. Normally they're worth 20 points apiece. So this gives you extra incentive to get out of the dungeon safely. This might be one where you go down, quick grab a artifact, and get out as fast as possible. That's usually a losing strategy, but this one it might win for you. Rebel Squad, the deck has an extra copy of each companion, and whenever a player gets at least 3 companions in a turn, you get an extra skill, sword, and boot. So I don't find that too appealing, but it's out there. The next one I think is kind of cool, the Big Haul. I haven't played it yet. Artifacts are worth plus 5 victory points. And there's no limit to the amount of backpacks in the market. So, you can get as much stuff as many artifacts as you can get. And you can't score unless you end up getting 2 artifacts. And everybody starts with a pickaxe. And off the top of my head, I think that's a card that has 1 sword on it, maybe 2. Swagger. This I haven't played, but it sounds interesting. You start with the Swagger instead of a sidestep. And the dungeon deck contains an extra copy of every Clank generating card. Whenever the dragon attacks, the player with the most Clank in the bag gets a 4-point Dragon's Tooth token. So living on the edge there kind of rewards you. At the same time, it can hurt you because you'll be pulling your cubes out a lot quicker and dying much easier in the competitive Swagger. The card Swagger itself is a card that for every Clank you generate that turn, you get an extra influence points, which helps you purchase more expensive cards. Off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that that's what that is. The next one I haven't played yet, but it's going to be the next one that I play is Gem Quest, because it just sounds fun. All the crystal caves in the game contain a random gem, which you can purchase there at a discount of 1. And at the end of the game, whoever has the most gems in their deck will get an extra 20 points, and then the second most will get an extra 10. For whatever reason, I think that sounds fun to me. And it's probably going to be the one I play next. Another one that I played is Gold Fever. And after every time the dragon attacks, there's going to be a gold coin placed on all the cards in the dungeon row. And then when you purchase that card, you're going to receive however much gold is on that card, giving you incentive to buy some of the cards that may sit there a little bit longer if they didn't have that gold incentive. The next challenge is Secret Keeper. And this is pretty straightforward. And whenever you pick up a minor secret, you end up getting an extra minor secret. Pretty straightforward. Next one is Mining Incident. This is more of a gotcha. This should be a version you play with other players online. Tunnels with icons on them collapse and become unusable after the second time they're used. So you can trap people in different sections of the dungeon. The only way they can get out is they can use a teleport, which can be really fun when you do it to other people, but very aggravating if it happens to you, especially if you don't have a teleport card. And now to my very favorite challenge and way to play this game. I love this. It is professionally prepared, and you essentially get to draft 7 of your 10 starting cards. The other 3 cards are going to be stumbles. That's just a card that adds 1 Clank to the bag, doesn't do anything else. So you got to make sure you draft movement to be able to get around and enough skill points. I think I've been calling them influence all video long, but they're called skill points to purchase new cards with. But I find this to be the most fun and what just really sets Clank Digital above the board game. You can play this at the board game. I've never done it. It's a cool version. You couldn't play it with 4 players because you wouldn't have enough stumble cards to be able to do it. But man, oh man, this is awesome. I love drafting, so this really scratches an itch for me. I'm going to go ahead and play a game of this and post a video of it so you can come check it out. I'll post a link up in this video, and you'll get to see the drafting process and how the game actually plays. So if you want to see that, go ahead and click on the link. I'll give you a full playthrough. And if you made it to this far in the video, please like and subscribe. It would really help the channel. Thanks, and until next time.